Hi, I'm attorney Warren Markowitz here on behalf of Todd Engel. For those who are familiar with the constant noise brought about by the Bundy standoff in April of 2014, Todd's name is probably very familiar to you. Of the nearly 24 defendants, Todd and one other were the only ones that suffered a conviction during trial. Most of us are aware of the mistrial and the dismissal with prejudice that followed in January of 2008, effectively bringing the case to a screeching halt, an embarrassing close, and a downright in-your-face for not playing by the rules by Judge Navarro to the United States Attorney's Office. But unfortunately, all the efforts that transpired beforehand, and all the defense and all the money spent and all the headaches that were brought about, didn't benefit Todd Engel. Initially, Todd defended himself in the trial court. Roughly halfway through, Judge Navarro removed that privilege, buried his pro se status, and forced upon him an incompetent lawyer. That lawyer didn't do a whole lot of benefit for Todd, nor did he help his matters or his case. When all was said and done, Todd was facing upwards of 20 years in prison for the conviction on 2 charges. No firearms-related charges, no assault charges. He was effectively convicted for participating in a protest. The formal charges were obstruction and interstate travel and native extortion. 2 things that both confused everybody, considering that Todd was one of the furthest protesters from the event. And, as many of us know and have seen, interacted with local police and state police in trying to direct traffic and avoid any harm to anybody. That leads us to the sentencing hearing. Instead of 20 years, we managed to get Todd down to 14. Whoopie-doo. I'm thrilled. How about you? A friend is still locked up for the next decade plus for showing up and voicing his opinion at a protest. As things progressed, the United States government now wants $1.6 million in restitution from Todd because they want him to literally pay for the appearance of the FBI, the BLM, the Park Service, and so forth, because his efforts in protest, his appearance at the protest, was one that costed them money. Like, it seems that if you want to challenge your government, they're going to charge you for it when it's all said and done. With that, though, we can be grateful that the judge decided he wasn't going to add another 3 years to Todd's sentence. That brings us here. For those of you who are not aware of the process or what's going on, we filed an appeal within our 30-day window. And after the appeal was begun, and just before we were to have the restitution hearing, the United States Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit, which is the court that now has jurisdiction over the matter for Todd, consolidated Todd's appeal with that of Gregory Burleson. Many of us aren't aware, and many of the public isn't aware, that Gregory Burleson's attorney was granted the privilege, and I mean this sincerely, not sarcastically, was granted the privilege to file post-trial and post-conviction motions in the district court. That's great for Greg. It wasn't so great for Todd. The matter happens to be that now Todd would have to wait. Well, with that came a stay. The briefing schedule was delayed. The appellate schedule overall was delayed. And now we have to wait again. On the 23rd of October, there was a status report that was due for both myself, on behalf of Todd Engel, and the attorney for Gregory Burleson was supposed to file a status report on his case. They were both filed on time and on behalf of our respective clients. With my status report, or I should say subsequent to my status report, I made 2 motions to the appellate court. One was to sever the consolidated appeal, and the other was to reschedule the briefing schedule. I'm here and happy to say, may not sound it, may not look it, but I'm happy to say that we have been separated from the consolidated appeal, so we get to move forward. Our main briefing is now due on January 8th, with the subsequent trial transcripts, the additional trial transcripts from the restitution hearing due by the end of November. So as things move forward, I'm going to ask you, as I have in the past, to please. The appellate process is long and arduous. It takes a lot of time, a lot of reading, a lot of research, a lot of drafting. For those of you who are not familiar with what has to be done, there is a lot of paperwork. I am asking. You have been extremely generous in the past. You have helped us get through the post-conviction motions, the post-conviction appearances, and all the visits that I took to visit with Todd when he was in Pahrump. The 3-hour round-trip drives on a daily basis, the 2.5 hours or so in prison, having to wait and deal with it. We don't have those benefits anymore. Todd is in Lompoc. I'm in Las Vegas. I'm asking you to dig deep. Follow the link below, and please donate. I have to dedicate a lot of time to go through the materials that we have to find our way to help our friend. There are major issues that will come to pass and will be broadcast when they're filed in terms of his appeal. We have the Brady violations. We have the potential information from the Wooten memo. Yes, the damn thing still haunts us. We have the issue of the appellate not the appellate counsel, but of the trial counsel that was, let's just say, forced upon Todd in violation of his rights. And those are just the simple ones. The complicated issues will get even more complicated as the ideas are delved into. As we try to figure out how he can extort somebody when he never had contact with anybody. Or how he could obstruct somebody by participating in a protest. When by the definition, a protest is an obstruction. Or how he can be thought of being a threat when he never interacted with anybody. There are numerous issues to be raised. I'm not going to go through them all, but I will let you read them when I'm done. So, again, the documents can be found at the link below. Donations can be made at the next link. Your support has been greatly appreciated thus far, and will continue to be appreciated. If you have any questions, my information is at the end. Send me an email, drop me a line, make a phone call, or just say hi. I do appreciate everything, and Todd appreciates everything, and his mom and his sister, who have worked tirelessly to help you understand what's going on to their family, and we do appreciate everything. On behalf of Todd Engel, I'm Attorney Warren Markowitz. Good day.